win the game.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams in the 3 spot.
If you want the title of 3-and-D player, you've got to make threes. McDaniels has really worked on that shot.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the man! Show us what you got, young fella. Anthony Edwards, love to see you operate like that.
Williams kicks to Dort. Gilgeous-Alexander against McDaniel. And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go. It's good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Edwards. Stolen by Dort. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side. But when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. The people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Edwards passes to DiVincenzo. Dort against Edwards. Shot from the top of the key. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Lift off, Mr. Dort. A one-way ticket to the rim.
And finished off by McDaniel.
And he just bangs down the one-hand.
2 very easy points right here.
We'll take those all day long.
Pass to Hartenstein. Back to Williams. Clock at 6. Puts up a 3. And it's McDaniels with the rebound. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And finished off by Edwards.
Hey, we use the term explosive a lot, but Edwards, this guy is explosive times 3.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Banked in off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8 points.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
And the call will be against Julius Randle. That is his first foul of the game. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Here's Dort. A 3-pointer off the mark. Timberwolves have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Here's Edwards. Misses the layup.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an elite scorer. Coach Mark Daigneault said the sign of a good player is being a source of reliable offense. At the same time, he's learned to impact the game in other ways. That's why he's a really good player. He's not just a hired gun scorer. Kevin?
Totally agree, D.A. He is a franchise cornerstone type of guy. And we thank you for the report. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
He just powered that one.
One of the game's top dunkers.
Absolutely salivates when he attacks the rim.
And it's Jaden McDaniels with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. 52 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
Excellent defense from McDaniels. Jaden's length and activity, really a problem for shooters.
Edwards against Williams. Edwards can't hit.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Hartenstein passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Hartenstein. 6 on the shot clock. From deep, Williams hits the three-point bomb.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Edwards drives in.
Edwards is a load to stop on the bounce simply because he's got a football player's build.
Williams sets a screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. There's the triple. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, is... And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
So far, they've moved the ball well, leading to open, high-percentage looks. Lots of assists in this one.
And, you know, in no time at all, they've also started finding points inside, already taking apart that interior defense.
So the Thunder 5 right now. Isaiah Joe is out there with Cason Wallace. Then it's Williams. Then it's Aaron Wiggins. And it's Caruso in its small forward. Pass to Reed. Here's Garza. Here's Alexander Walker. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an edge.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Caruso sets the screen for Wallace. Over in the corner, Caruso. Tries again. Out to Wallace. Pass to Wiggins. There's the drive. Count it.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
There's always a surprise, isn't there, Clark, in the offseason? Let's go back to 2022. That offseason, the Timberwolves going all in on Rudy Gobert.
Basically, Kevin, they traded 5 firsts plus a bunch of good players for Gobert. It was derided at the time, and I can understand why, but Rudy's defense has taken them to another level, and he's actually been a little better offensively than people thought he would be.
Caruso with the steal. And here we go. Wiggins into the hoop. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Here's Alexander Walker. And a miss there on the triple. And so Caruso will bring up the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Joe good. Timberwolves trail by 3. Clark a screen on Caruso. And Reed has it in the corner. Hits it from three-point range. Reed's got 6.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
They get it again. Williams. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Knocks it loose. And the foul called on Cason Wallace. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Shannon. No scoring in this one. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Wide open look. That's good on the jump shot. Garza's got the game tied up here for the Timberwolves. Caruso looking for an opening. Had the space there, but it's offline. For Minnesota, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. When Naz Reid is out there, Clark, spacing the floor is a real asset for him.
For sure, and you know, he really puts a lot of pressure on the defense because he can score from anywhere on the floor, and he's got great size and strength. And he does the little things too. I mean, you look at his points and rebounds, this guy gets deflections, he goes after loose balls, he gets you extra possessions on the glass, he steps in and takes. I mean, he does all the little and big things.
The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws of the game.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Both free throws good from Reed. 1:11 left now here in the second. Caruso against Clark. Caruso, no good. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Thunder are young, but they figured out how to win. Defensive ace Lou Dort talked about their chemistry. He said nobody cries about shot selection or anything like that. We know what each player can do. We just really want to see the team win and succeed. Kevin, you see that in their play.
Don't you, David? Every single game. Pulling in the right direction. Here's Alexander Walker, defended by Caruso. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. And that one's good. Wiggins.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
Good on the triple. Alexander Walker's got 7 now in this quarter.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Here's Caruso. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Thunder lead by 2. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
They're taking it off the side.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first 2 quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
We've got Naz Reid, Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Clark. And it's Garza in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. 5 to shoot. Great open look there. Holmgren's got the lead up to 5 now for the Thunder. Drawing fouls, Clark getting to the line, all part of the game, but you think players try and draw fouls too often now?
I do in some cases, but I think it's more on an individual basis. I mean, players have to do what they need to do to try to score the ball. But I don't think any...
Oh, man! What a finish!
How about the floor awareness by Gilgeous-Alexander? Solid at just spotting his open teammate.
And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
Rise and fire. DiVincenzo does not lack confidence going right up with the shot.
It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive. The kick out to Williams. Shot clock at 6. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot, no good.
Does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Williams.
Yeah, and you know, when Edwards is aggressive, I think it forces defenders to try to get physical back, and when he's close to the rim, he usually is able to draw the foul as a result.
And Edwards drops them both. And you see, don't you, Clark, the steady progression year over year for Anthony Edwards.
Well, he's already an all-star since his 3rd season. With Edwards, the chance is there, if he continues to show the same improvement he's shown thus far, that he's going to be MVP caliber, and I dare say, perhaps the face of the league for several years to come.
Here's Edwards. He can't hit that time. Nice defense from George. The Thunder with the lead to the inside. And there's Holmgren. That's good on the assist from Williams. Holmgren's got 5 points in the quarter. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. McDaniels gets a wide open look. No good on the 3. The Thunder leading by 4. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. And that one, good. Williams has got 9.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
McDaniels with the ball. Dort covering. Here's Edwards. Inside, Edwards finishes strong.
Yeah, you know, once Edwards flips that switch, now he stays fully engaged. His offensive arsenal is on full display.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Dort. Gilgeous-Alexander, a screen on DiVincenzo. McDaniels against Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Dort. They get it back. Hartenstein. It's Williams, high post. Holmgren wide open. And the 3 off target.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide open look in space there.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And watch out for SGA going to the basket. He will put it on your head if you're not watching.
Randall passes to Gobert. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. That's a 2 from Randall. A second chance effort. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Dort.
I like seeing Gobert use the shot fake because it's an effective way to get the defenders into the paratroopers club.
Oklahoma City leading by 4. Williams finds Dort. Here's Hartenstein, and the dunk by Hartenstein.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
The way they've been able to consistently get past the defense and to the cup has been most impressive. They've almost made it look pedestrian.
And the other thing that stands out is just how well they have moved the ball. Everyone's touching it and having a chance to create.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Garza's checked in. Reed comes in for Randall. Clark, he's checked in for McDaniels. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for Dante DiVincenzo. Caruso, the pass to Joe. Misses the 3.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
And Edwards with the stuff.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
Here's Joe. They set the screen. No good on the triple. That concludes the 3rd quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Minnesota's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. So the Thunder 5 right now. We've got Williams. Aaron Wiggins is out there with Alex Caruso. Then there's Isaiah Joe. And it's Wallace in at the 2. Oklahoma City shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Pass to Reed. Good on the bucket.
And that's right in his wheelhouse. Looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Now here's Caruso. Wiggins outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Wiggins has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
And the foul called on Cason Wallace. That'll be his second foul of the game. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Here's Alexander Walker, defended by Caruso.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Wiggins drives in. Yep, that one goes in there. Wiggins has got the lead up to 7 now for the Thunder.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field. And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Wiggins in the post. Started by Reed.
Look, they need to think about doubling him. I mean, if they wait, he could really start scorching.
And it's a completely new lineup for Minnesota. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Jalen Williams comes in for Alex Caruso. Dort, he's checked in for Cason Wallace. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Isaiah Joe. Edwards dishes to Randall. Pass to McDaniels. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall.
Strong work inside by the 6'9" Jaden McDaniels, showing how effective he can be down there.
Gilgeous-Alexander against McDaniel. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander will not drop through. That miss puts him at 6 for 10. And there's the call on Lou Dort. And that'll be his third foul so far. Chet Holmgren, he's checked in for Wiggins. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. DiVincenzo kicks to Edwards. Back to DiVincenzo. Randall outside. 5 on the clock. Gobert with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And great read there by SGA. Knew the shot was coming and just trusted his instincts.
Williams passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. There's the three. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Guys, when you're this hot, it's elementary. Let it fly. Keep staying at it.
Holmgren kicks to Dort. Holmgren the pass to Hartenstein. And the jump by Holmgren.
And given that Holmgren is 7 feet tall, he's a threat to throw it down at any time.
Stolen by Dort. It's deflected. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Holmgren the pass to Williams. Holmgren with a screen on Edwards. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Williams. Just 5 on the clock. From the corner. And rebounded by McDaniels. Minnesota's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Edwards, no good. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
Williams can't get it to go. And there's the call on Lou Dort. That's his 4th foul of the contest. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. DiVincenzo passes to Edwards. Back to DiVincenzo. An easy 2 points on the lane. DiVincenzo's got it back down to single digits for the Timberwolves. Stolen by McDaniels. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. A 3 for DiVincenzo. That shot no good. And you have to like how they're moving the ball right now.
Snappy passes to ready shooters. It's basketball 101, but boy, is it working.
And again, no good by Oklahoma City. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the...
Oh, my. B.A., I mean, there's no shortage of stars on either side of the ball. These tend to be statement games, sending a message by imposing their will.
And let's take a look at Boston's starting lineup. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. Drew Holiday out there with Jaylen Brown. And it's Walsh in at small forward.
Boy, how impressive is the quickness Jaylen Brown possesses. This guy sprints hard toward the cup on every drive.
Randall inside. Lays it up and banks it in.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Yeah, in the paint, Holiday's agility makes him tough to contain. He just needs a little space to go to work.
Here's Randall. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
You know, part of what makes Julius Randle so effective is that spin move, Doris.
He does like to use that on the interior against taller players to get enough separation. But the number of finishing moves that guy has off the spin, it is really an effective tool.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Edwards gets the bucket.
Edwards, such an explosive scorer. You don't want to concede that three-point shot. Boy, that's going to make him feel good.
Outside Porzingis. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Randall can't hit. The Celtics have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Outside Tatum. Oh, rejected by McDaniels. It's Edwards on the wing. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It's on Drew Holiday. Doris, one of the most physical guards in the NBA, Anthony Edwards.
If you want to talk about a prototypical NBA body, it's Anthony Edwards. He's got size, strength, athleticism, but beyond that, he's so skilled. 3-level scorer, versatile on the defensive end, fearless when it matters. Anthony Edwards may be the next face of the league.
And Minnesota with possession here, following the bucket by Boston. Outside McDaniels, pass to Edwards. McDaniels a screen, fades back. Edwards can't hit. The Celtics have gone 4 of 6 in the first quarter. Here's Tatum. It's rebounded by Anthony Edwards. And it's Edwards with the ball for the T-Wolves. Back to Daniels. And out of bounds. The Celtics will take it. So it's Boston now. Holiday surveying the floor. Outside Porzingis. Gets a very good look and converts. Porzingis has got 5 now.
Now this is why they call him the unicorn. Porzingis off the catch, ready to rise and fire. That's 7'3", everybody.
And the shot's good.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
The Celtics have gone 5 of 8. Solid opening quarter for them. Tatum against McDaniels. Tatum passes to Porzingis. There's 1:34 left in the first quarter. Shot clock at 6. Porzingis sets a screen. Brown goes up and lays it in. Nice and easy. Brown's got his second basket of the game.
Jaylen Brown has tightened his handle, and that allows him to be effective as a pick-and-roll option.
Edwards, that's good. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
And of course, Boston winning 8 consecutive titles from 1959 to 1966. Doris, you think we'll ever see a streak like that again?
BA, I think that's almost impossible in this day and age. With free agency, with more salary cap restrictions, it's just hard to win 2 in a row these days, let alone 8. My goodness.
Now here's Edwards. 9 points in the game.
This guy is so explosive. Anthony Edwards off the bounce. My goodness.
It's blocked by Gobert. Holiday against Edwards. And he banks in the layup. He's got 13.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Celtics trail by 5. Here's Tatum. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
I love the Jason Tatum not settling for a jumper. He goes to the rim with authority.
3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Edwards, that's good.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Holiday passes to Brown. And the jam by Brown.
Well, this is where the powerful frame and explosive athleticism of Jaylen Brown becomes a problem for the opponent. Nicely done.
Wing shot on the way. That one doesn't drop.
With that much room around him, it's hard to imagine he could have gotten a better shot.
The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. It's Minnesota. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And when you consider how Minnesota is doing, guys, your thoughts?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
We've got Naz Reid, and it's Garza in at the 5, down low. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Outside Reid. Pass to Garza. And here's Clark. And he buries his first look.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
Here's Pritchard. Jacks up a 3. Minnesota with a rebound.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
And you know, you look at someone like Peyton Pritchard, Doris, heady guy, doesn't make many mistakes.
BA, maybe his best attribute in my mind is the competitive spirit and the motor he plays with. He's a fearless shot taker, either inside or from three-point range. He makes excellent choices with his passes. But again, I go back to that competitive toughness.
Here's Craig. Uses the glass on the layup. Craig's got his first points of the game.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there.
He's not always assertive on the catch, but Derek White, rise and fire from three-point, and it is on target.
And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. That one on White, and Naz Reid has proven to be a matchup nightmare for opposing big men, Doris.
He has, BA, and the reason is he's bigger and stronger than most four-men. Traditional fives are too slow to stay with him. He can space you out to the three-point line, or he can punish you on the inside. Naz has got big...
And they're not happy with the call here. Coaches...
Second personal foul. First team foul. Shooting for Boston.
People were worried that this would slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
One thing you can't afford is to allow Al Horford to get to this spot. It's over if you do.
Now here's Alexander Walker. Not a lot of room. Knocks it down from distance. Alexander Walker's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut it to the lead.
Or a good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
Pritchard gets it to go.
So the D giving him a little bit of space beyond the three-point line, and that's all the room he needs.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Pass to Garza. Up and in on the layup.
Plays like that, so easy for him.
Celtics trail by 4. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Reed against Horford. Reed in the post. Pass to Alexander Walker. Just 5 on the clock. And he makes it. And now a 6-point Timberwolves lead.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
White, the pass to Horford. Off the mark there with a 3. A chance at a 2-for-1.
You have to find ways to use the clock to your advantage.
Here's Garza. Oh, he got him with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. Pass to White. They swipe it. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
There's 21 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Outside, Alexander Walker. 6 to shoot. Driving to the basket. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. What has them in front right now, by and large, they're taking great shots. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Teams are returning to center court. And get ready for the big half-court shot. Drums. The rendering of the shot. One more time, a round of applause for the participants.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. And you know, Anthony Edwards has been really making it happen, guys.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Taking a look at the Celtics. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. Jaylen Brown is out there with Drew Holiday. And it's Walsh in at the 3.
How about Gobert with the find? On time and on target. Nicely done, Rudy.
There aren't many more dominant defenders in the NBA than Gobert.
Well, that's definitely fair to say, B.A., because his defense has an outsized influence on a game. The inside presence changes an opponent's game plan. That's what you call using your size in the painted area. Kristaps Porzingis, easy work right there.
McDaniels from long range gets the 3 to fall. McDaniels got 5 points now in the quarter.
You know, the assist is the key part of that play. The pace on the bounce pass, perfect.
Back to Porzingis. Pass to Brown. Porzingis with a screen on Edwards. Outside Porzingis. Good. And Brown gets the assist. Porzingis has got 10 points.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling 3-point opportunities.
Gobert with the bucket.
Wow, when Gobert can step out and hit that mid-range jumper, look out.
Here's Holiday. They kick it out to Porzingis. Tatum, a screen on Gobert. Here's Porzingis. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. Well, Doris, you watch Kristaps Porzingis at the defensive end. He changes a lot of shots.
There is no doubt, B.A. At 7'2", it isn't just simply about sending shots back. It's about changing the trajectory. But I think, as importantly, guys don't want to go in the lane because of his presence.
DiVincenzo, pass to Gobert. And Drew Holiday gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Picked by Gobert. And Porzingis with the block.
Kristaps Porzingis has proven over the course of his young career that he is willing to be a force as a shot blocker.
And here's Brown for 3. Anthony Edwards with a rebound. Minnesota leading by 3. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, after some down years in Dallas, Kristaps Porzingis said, "I really checked myself. From that point on, I started building my game back up. Sometimes when you're younger, your physical abilities might already be there, but your mental is not. Once that all clicks, that's when you've got something."
Well, that's a good way to think of it. Thanks, Allie.
Well, at 7'3", Porzingis is a difficult check. He puts the defense in a bind right there.
Boston shooting their second and third free throws tonight. Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint. But if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. Trailing by 2. And finished off by Tatum.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. DiVincenzo finds Randall. Nice move. And that's 2 points on the layup. Randall's got 5 points.
Such a tough proposition guarding Julius Randle in that area. This guy is capable on the interior.
Porzingis with a screen on Randall. Back to Porzingis. Oh, look out! Porzingis!
Yeah, he shot the ball well enough to keep his team even. Let's see if together they can elevate past that.
Randall outside. Got a hand on it. Tatum with it. Randall's in his pocket for the lead. They get the rebound. Minnesota's gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. Oh! Edwards packs it home.
I think his teammates understand that Anthony Edwards has every aspect of his offensive game working, so let's make sure he's got the basketball.
Back to Holiday. There's the triple. Hits the three-pointer. He's got 5. Extremely competitive game thus far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes in total. I expect there to be more to come.
Here's Edwards. Takes it inside. It falls again. He's now 8 for 12 from the floor.
Boy, the quickness off the dribble drive by Anthony Edwards. Being able to put it on the deck is so important.
Man, he's on fire. Playing patient basketball, not forcing shots.
Here's Tatum. Pass to Porzingis. Tries a 9-footer. And Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And it's a completely new group for the Timberwolves.
Substitution on the court.
And stolen by Clark. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. And there's the lay-in. And now it's a 5-point Minnesota lead.
Oh, that's impactful defense right there. Finding a steal and instantly turning it into offense.
The 3 from Craig. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Left side Reed. Banked it in off the glass. Reed's got 6 points.
Well, so great when your offense produces a shot that close to the rim. The rest of the work becomes easier.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And from the two-guard spot, an unselfish play like this sets a fantastic tone.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. We've got Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and it's Clark in at the 3. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Outside Reed. Oh, and he got fouled up. His way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That one on White, and the expression, not enough touches to go around. Do the Celtics risk falling into that trap, Doris?
Well, first and foremost, BA, if that's a problem for you, it's a good one to have. I think the key here is with all the weapons available, you have to have some personal sacrifice. And to this point, this team has been willing to do that.
Outside Holiday. Brown, a screen on DiVincenzo. The drive by Holiday. And Holiday powers it home.
I mean, you watch Holiday play this game. He just explodes off the screens. Very good in pick and roll.
DiVincenzo, the pass to Edwards. DiVincenzo with a screen on Holiday. Here's Edwards. Rebound Boston.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
And here's Brown for 3. And the three-pointer goes.
Boy, you catch the defense off guard by being willing to fire as soon as the ball touches your hands.
Gobert passes to McDaniels. Here is DiVincenzo. Reed finds Edwards. Reed, a screen on Holiday. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Edwards, a pass to Reed. Three-pointer. The shot misses. Celtics trail by 4. To the inside. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Fast break, Minnesota. Gobert with it. Picked up by Tatum. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this one. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game.
The kick to Tatum. And the call will be against Jason Tatum. That's foul number 2 for him.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Minnesota leading by 7. 2 minutes gone by here in the 4th. And Jaylen Brown gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. White against DiVincenzo. Fires in the triple. And the Timberwolves lead by 10.
You have to show more effort defensively. Everyone knows he can do that from deep.
Well, to me, that's just inexcusable. You start to wonder how much they really want this basketball game.
Gobert with a screen on White. DiVincenzo, pass to Gobert. Oh, he cocks it back and throws it down. Right on Porzingis.
So long, so athletic. Rudy Gobert with a big-time dunk.
Porzingis with a screen on Randall. White, the pass to Holiday. And a miss there on the triple.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
It's Brown on the wing. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
The defense made the mistake of allowing Kristaps Porzingis to find his rhythm. Going to be a long night if you don't cool him off.
White finds Holiday. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Gobert's got 5 rebounds in the game. And here's Edwards outside. Knocks down the long J. Edwards got 24.
Boy, with the kind of motor Edwards plays with, doesn't give the defense much of a chance to catch him in transition. Nicely done, Anthony. Well, the problem is they haven't gotten production from any other spot, but right now this guy is cooking.
For three, Randall. And another three from Minnesota.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Count it.
Derek White showing you I can put it on the deck and finish off a pretty drive. Nicely done, Derek.
It's Edwards on the wing. No good on the three. Celtics trail by 9. Pass to Tatum. DiVincenzo with a steal. Outside McDaniels. The three. That shot off. Boston has got 7 of their 16 three-point attempts to go in. And finished off by Tatum.
Well, do not let Jason Tatum get space in transition. He will make you pay.
Gobert, he's open. Minnesota again missing. When you look at all the turnovers, boy, what a way to drive your coach crazy.
Yeah, your game plan means nothing if your players can't execute.
Not everyone has the green light to take that three in transition, but he does, especially with the defense already set up protecting the paint.
Edwards, a pass to Randall. Back to Edwards. This one for three. Porzingis grabs the board. And so it's Holiday who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. 4-point game. Puts the move on. Oh, he nails it!
Coach is loving the ball movement.
And now we've got an intentional foul.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Huge moment. He steps up and sinks the final daggers.
Now a timeout called by Boston. 7 seconds left to play in the fourth. Turning here to our analyst. What elements become the primary keys at this point?
The strategy is simple. Get a quick score and foul right away.
Everybody has got to be in the exact perfect position defensively, and execution has got to be on point.
Here's Tatum. Deflected by Gobert. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gobert. Here's Holiday. So it's a narrow victory for the Timberwolves. Thanks, Alec. Great interview once again. And that about wraps.
Good one here, Richard. This game has all the makings of a shootout.
Yeah, these are two high-powered offenses. I feel for all the defenders in this one because they're going to have their hands full.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. On out there with Holiday, and it's Walsh in at the 3 spot. Gilgeous-Alexander with it, picked up by Brown. And the basket by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Tatum against Holmgren. Count the basket.
And getting the offense started with a high-quality look down low.
Pass to Holmgren. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
It goes on Jason Tatum.
And you know teams are going to be physical with Holmgren, but he's aggressive, and boy, he plays with passion.
GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. Outside Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And Gilgeous-Alexander understands how to draw contact, especially when he's looking to score.
Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see a miss.
Porzingis sets the pick for Tatum. Here's Walsh. From outside, off the mark. And here are the Thunder now. On the wing, Williams, guarded by Holiday. Brown against Dort. The kick out to Williams. And the 3 ball is good.
Well, Dort makes the smart play there. He spots a wide open shooter and just gets him the ball.
Porzingis sets the pick for Tatum. That's to Porzingis. Here's Walsh. Back to Porzingis. Sweet move. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And stolen by Tatum. Down low. Here's Porzingis. There's the pick. Pass to Walsh. The 3-pointer, no good. The Thunder with the lead. The latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks very much. I was able to talk with Mark Daigneault for a minute. Coach said they want to force Jason Tatum to uncomfortable spots on the floor. Now, they recognize those spots are few and far between, but Coach wants to keep Tatum out of the paint specifically. If his team can do that and force Tatum to shoot more from outside, they feel relatively good about their chances. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. That one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6.
Oh, nice job there from Holmgren. His guys appreciate when they're open, he gets them the ball.
That's to Porzingis. High, arcing shot. He lays it in. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Dort passes to Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander sets the screen for Williams. Lays it up off the glass. 5 points in the game.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And bringing the aggression and the energy, 2 things you like to see from Porzingis.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Here's Williams. Back to Hartenstein from outside the arc. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for Boston. Tatum, that's for 2. Goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday.
Just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
Thunder have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Holmgren gets the bucket.
And stretching out his shot from deep, Holmgren has developed some pretty solid range.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Pass to Williams. Over in the corner, George. Off target from three-point range. Boston's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Took the opportunity when he saw it.
Not just being selfless, but also smart with the ball. Brown is able to find the best guy for the right shot.
Outside Williams. For 3, Holmgren. The shot will not fall. At the end of one, both teams putting up some points. It's the Celtics. They're up by 1. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
You also have to admire how they've challenged the defense inside, getting a lot of points in the paint.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. They've got Wiggins. Isaiah Joe is out there. With Case and Wallace. And it's Alex Caruso. And it's Williams at the 5 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. White dishes to Horford. Back to White. Pass to Craig. Nice ball movement by Boston. Craig with a screen on Wallace. Now here's Craig. Shot clock at 5. In the corner, Horford with it. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession.
Oklahoma City ball.
Here's Caruso. They set the pick. Pass to Joe. Back to Caruso. The tray. Rebound by the Celtics.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
White, good.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Pass to Craig. Out to White. Caruso with the steal. And here we go. Wiggins heading to the hoop. Pulls up from the corner. Horford with the rebound.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, coming out of high school at 6'0", Derek White didn't receive any full scholarship offers. He says it was humbling, but it drove me to get better. Each time you have the doubters, you just put a little chip on your shoulder. The 29th pick overall in 2017 has come a long way. Kevin, chips still live.
You're so right, David. Thanks. He's become a heck of a player. Outside Horford. Picked by Horford. Pritchard passes to Horford. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Oklahoma City leading by 3. Right wing. A wide open look here for Craig. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Craig's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Joe. Caruso looking for an opening. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year?
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by White.
Those are the turnovers that have coaches pulling their hair out. Why do you think I'm bald?
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. And he drives in. Out to Wallace. And Boston with the rebound.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Picked by Horford. Pass to Craig. 6 to shoot. To the middle and stolen by Wallace. Caruso, the pass to Wiggins. Caruso against White.
Celtics foul. Sam Hauser. First personal foul. 13 foul.
We've got 1:13 left here in the second. Caruso kicks to Wiggins. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Wiggins has got the lead up to 5 now for the Thunder.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
They set the pick. Takes the 3. No good there. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
And that's how you want to get Horford his touches, within the flow of the offense, preferably right off the catch.
Wiggins passes to Williams. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. White against Caruso. That shot off. Pass to Pritchard. For the 3, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Now here's Caruso. A big-time effort for Alex Caruso, providing a lot of energy for Oklahoma City. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with them. Right back after this break. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Alex Caruso with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
On the court for the Celtics, the post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. Jaylen Brown out there with Holiday, and it's Walsh in at the small forward position. The Thunder leading by 4.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
Dort kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander, and there's the drive, and the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And a 3-level score. That time, SGA takes it all the way.
Outside, Porzingis. Here's Walsh. Off target from outside. Oklahoma City has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Holmgren the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Hartenstein. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. And it's an 8-point Oklahoma City lead. Pass to Walsh. Looking to end the run. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. The Thunder have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Here's Williams. And it's slammed in by Williams.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
Yes, this is a pivotal moment in this game. Those extra possessions right now, they just mean a little bit more.
Celtics trail by 10. Porzingis with a screen on Holmgren. Tatum kicks to Porzingis. Holmgren with the steal. Hartenstein with it. Now guarded by Tatum. Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. Pass to Williams. Shot from the wing. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
They've had great execution, and what stands out is that they're just taking what the defense gives them, not forcing anything.
Holiday, and he converts the layup. Holiday's got 5 points so far.
And with that one, it ends in an 11-0 run by Oklahoma City.
And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go. Hartenstein passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Hartenstein. Williams against Holiday. From deep. Williams gets the bucket. Williams has got 7 points here in this quarter.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
Oh, yeah, I can't agree more. They haven't missed.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, the Thunder take it one step at a time. All-star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I think we all stay in the moment, and that's why we've been able to get better. Attack the day, the program in front of us. We all have the right intentions and want to win at the end of the day. Kevin?
Of that attitude, growing by leaps and bounds. Thank you, David. Porzingis, that's a 2. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Well, the defense didn't have any impact on that shot, but somehow he still misses it.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. Offensive rebound. Williams scanning the floor. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Hartenstein. A three-pointer off the mark. Celtics trail by 12. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul. And the Thunder going with the whole new group out there. 59 seconds left in the third quarter. Holiday, the pass to Porzingis. Bricks the dunk off the deceptive pump fake. And the Thunder with possession. They're on a 16-5 run. Wiggins finds Wallace. Caruso with the ball. Wiggins outside. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots from 12. Corner shot. No good that time. And so Brown will bring it up for Boston. Down by 12. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Porzingis can't hit. And here we go. Wiggins into the hoop. Jason Tatum grabs the board. Knocked away. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Thunder out in front. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Celtics trail by 12. We've got Williams. Wiggins is out there with Alex Caruso. Then there's Isaiah Joe. And it's Wallace in at the 2. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And you also have to applaud how they've been able to create turnovers and then convert those on the offensive end.
And it's Hartenstein in the corner and taken away by Brown. Holiday against Gilgeous-Alexander. Holiday goes in. That one good for 2.
And how about the burst there of speed from Holiday on the drive, zipping in before the D can rotate.
Now Williams. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Williams kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Here comes Tatum. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Gilgeous-Alexander. The first one falls. Alex Caruso. He's checked in for Hartenstein. And so Tatum nails them both.
We talk about Tatum's offense, and for good reason, but his play on the defensive end is really valuable for this team.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Caruso. White against Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. It's good for the 7th time this game. He's shot 7. He has made 7.
He's earning his keep offensively, a key part of their winning effort at this point.
He gets that one. Tatum's got 4 points in the quarter.
Look, this dude is well built, man. He's a specimen. He's 6'8". Look, he's going to score inside if he gets that close.
Caruso sets the screen for Holmgren. That one drops.
Great recognition of the mismatch, abusing the smaller defender. Poor guy.
Porzingis against Williams. Back to Porzingis. They get a hand on it, and that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Dort against Brown. On the wing, Holiday. Lock at 6. With the drive. The wide open look here for Porzingis. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
And you can rely on Porzingis in these moments. He's always ready to shoulder the load offensively.
Now here's Holmgren from the arc. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis has got his 4th rebound in this one. White, good.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
And good that time.
And he knew the contact was coming. How about that by SGA to take the hit and finish?
White looking around. Back to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Here's Williams. And Tatum pulls it down. Boston trailing. To tie it up. Crown champs it in.
There you go, JB. I love his confidence. One of his strongest traits.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Holmgren. Dort with the ball. Now guarded by Tatum. And Dort gets it to go.
What a shot by Dort. Keeping his cool and finding his team a bucket.
Back to Tatum. Pass to Porzingis. On the wing, Holiday. Gilgeous-Alexander cover to take the lead. 4 for 5 with that first miss in 5 attempts from the floor. Dort passes to Holmgren. And here is Caruso. Light covering. Williams a screen on White. The kick out to Williams. This one for 3. Porzingis with the block.
And just fast off the floor to challenge shots. Porzingis, this helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
It's good from beyond the arc.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
Missed. The coach's challenge has been issued.
First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for your time.
Calls to make. Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to do a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. We're double checking, and the game continues on.
It's the first that ties the game up. And so both free throws good that time, and that puts him ahead.
In a tight game, he is exactly who you wanted at the line.
Brown with it. So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the beer. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla.
Defense looking for error.
matchup.
Yeah, this is a game, BA, I think that has been circled on the calendar. These guys are competitive, but there are positional rivalries that do exist. And the only way you can measure up is standing across from your opponent. We've got that here tonight. Who's going to get the best of who?
Let's check out Minnesota's starting lineup. Ed is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. Edwards for 3. He drops it from range.
When Edwards knocks down threes, Ant is pretty much unstoppable.
Gilgeous-Alexander against McDaniels. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort. Gilgeous-Alexander, a screen on DiVincenzo. The shot by Dort, no good. Edwards for 3. Some solid defense from Williams. Here are the Thunder with the ball. It's a 5-point game, and it's Holmgren missing. And last season, Britt, many believe that SGA was deserving of the MVP award.
Well, he made such a strong case, BA. I mean, finishing in the top 3, that is remarkable. He led that young Thunder team, again, to the #1 seed in the Western Conference and averaged 36 and 5. He also led the league at 2 steals per game. What a season.
Now here's Randle. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move! He's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to go on Chet Holmgren. It's hard to believe now, but Julius Randle has been in the league over a decade now, Brent.
Yeah, it's been an interesting ride for Julius Randle. A lot of different roles, but he's evolved his game quite a bit. Some he's done himself, and then guys have adjusted around the way that he has been a leader, a scorer, a rebounder, a presence. You know, Julius Randle continues to impress and make strides.
And here are the Timberwolves. It's been 8 unanswered for them. Right side McDaniels. Pass to Edwards. Now Gobert. Back to Edwards. Clock at 6. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. The Thunder have gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. They grabbed their own miss. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. Oklahoma City shooting their first free throw this game. Well, it's rare to see a young player as efficient as Jalen Williams, Brent.
BA, it's been remarkable, especially when you factor in that this guy is relied on for a lot of shooting. His shooting volume is very high. This is a blossoming star for this team, and I'm not sure we could put a ceiling on what that potential is. And there are only a few players who could hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Edwards against Dort. Williams passes to Hartenstein. Now here's Williams. Back to Holmgren. Fires the 3. Anthony Edwards with a rebound.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
McDaniels can't hit. Thunder trail by 5. Dort for 3. Sinks it from distance.
Well, if you're looking for a 3-and-D player, Dort plays D, and there's your 3.
Pass to Gobert. And that's a foul called on Isaiah Hartenstein. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
On defense, the Thunder. DiVincenzo pass to Gobert. McDaniels from long range. Nice. Gets his second bucket. He's 2 for 4 now.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Pass to Hartenstein. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. It's Edwards on the wing. Williams defending. And it's in there. Edwards has got 5.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
And here we go. The Timberwolves on the run. Outside McDaniels. Misses the 3. Thunder trail by 7. Williams with it. He's picked up by Edwards. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. And here's Hartenstein. From deep, Holmgren. And it was still over the rim. Offensive basket interference. Minnesota leading by 7. Here's Randall. And slammed it home. And the foul. A chance at another point at the line. Lou Dort picks one up.
And how about Randall just collecting and absorbing that hit and still fights to get a shot off.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 3 of 8 so far. Hartenstein, no good. The Timberwolves have gotten 7 of their first 12 shots to go. And here's Edwards outside. That's his 3rd basket and 5 shots. Solid work.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. You know who that was. That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
To the wing on the left. Here's Gobert. No made baskets yet. DiVincenzo with the screen on Williams. McDaniels from long range. No good there.
Using his size to full advantage. He beats everyone to the ball.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. They lead by 11 as great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
You figured they might want to come out and run, and it's been the key for them early. They're just feasting on fast break chances.
And they've sort of assumed control of this game with their pressure defensively. They've been into the ball handler. They've done a great job of swarming, so they're creating some turnovers. They're capitalizing on.
On the court for the Timberwolves, we've got Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and it's Garza in at the 5, down low. Lets it go from deep. Nails it from beyond the arc. Alexander-Walker's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant. And here's Clark for 3. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. On the wing, Caruso. Clark covers. Caruso, the pass to Wiggins. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Naz Reid. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Wiggins finds Williams. Caruso against Clark. 5 on the clock. A good look from Wiggins. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. Well, Brent, we hear the term empty stats ever so often. What are your thoughts about that phrase?
BA, when you play such a long season, there are going to be nights where the game is not all that competitive. But we also know that throughout the course of long seasons, there are teams that are not going to be competitive. Still, those guys going out there on a nightly basis and putting up their numbers, getting those reps in, it means they're capable.
The shot's good. Caruso's got 5 now.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Thunder have some grit. Coach Mark Daigneault said we compete, and on nights we aren't, we get back to that very quickly. The competition level and the willingness to do it together is the foundational piece. Brian?
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thank you. Here's Wiggins. That one is off. Good D by Clark. Oh, they get a hand on it. And stolen by Caruso. He's all alone. Oh, a huge slam. An exclamation point on that break.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
How about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
The execution has been better lately, but do they have enough energy to pull it off?
Well, they've shown both effort and will to get back into this one, but can they finish this one off? Can't let up now.
And Minnesota with possession here. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. That puts him in the lead. And the Thunder lead by 1. And a breakdown here, guys, of the hustle stats for the Thunder.
I must say their defensive intensity has been impressive so far, really making it hard for the offense to hold on to the ball.
Well, they really cashed in on the break. I mean, it feels like they're hungry to get out, they're hungry to run, and they're not passing up any chances to leak out and score.
Here's Shannon. After the basket by Oklahoma City. They set the pick to win the drought. Misses the layup. The Thunder have gone 7 for 8 now in the second quarter. Here's Caruso. Outside Joe. Puts up a 3. Garza grabs the board. Minnesota has gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the second. Shot on the wing. Clark outside. Offensive rebound. Goes up again. And finally, that one's good.
Have to take care of the defensive boards better than that.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again. There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Stolen by Caruso. Here we go. Here's Wiggins. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Hey, you can't block it. Sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Oklahoma City shooting their second and third shots at the line here. And Wiggins drops them both. The Timberwolves trail. Outside, Alexander Walker. Here's Clark. No good, a bit long that time. On the wing, Caruso. Covered by Alexander Walker.
And nobody putting out much of an effort to stop him.
Surprising, in a close game, a lack of energy on defense.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Wiggins for 3. He buries it from 3. And now a 6-point Oklahoma City lead.
And just Shakespearean there, a smart read. Saw the defense was collapsing inside, so he wisely pulled up from the outside and drilled it.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
Outside Joe. Pass to Caruso. Wallace with it, launches it, and again, Oklahoma City with a triple.
That's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Alex Caruso has been leading the charge for the Thunder, and that quarter was all about him, leading the comeback charge. Now they're up in this one. We'll be back in a moment.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the Venom half-court shot. Drum roll, please. They're thinking about the shot.
Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. You gotta like what Alex Caruso has done in this game.
Yeah, he's played with great energy in the first half. Very disruptive at the defensive end.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he wanted to do out there. Everyone he guarded looked uncomfortable.
Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren the 4, Hartenstein the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the small forward position. That's the group for Mark Daigneault starting the second half. Drills it from deep. Randall's got 11.
Well, Randall keeping you honest here. Not a knockdown shooter from that range, but is showing more and more that he's capable of doing just so.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. Here's Holmgren. 6 on the shot clock. Down low. Not messing around inside.
Yeah, the defense making it way too easy for Holmgren. Gotta push him farther out than this.
From undrafted to a key rotational player, Lou Dort's story is definitely inspirational for him.
This guy has worked so hard to make himself into an NBA player. But I will tell you this, BA, he's never not believed that he wasn't one. And Lou Dort continues to make improvements, and the guys on the team love the way he approaches.
You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer Pro-Am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year, already an elite shot blocker.
Williams passes to Hartenstein. Dort for three. The Thunder with another miss.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
And that was good.
DiVincenzo has to be agile on the interior, and that time finds a way to get it done.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Edwards. Look at Shea playing big inside.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Edwards looking for an opening. Randall a screen on Dort. Edwards no good.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
They get it again. Pass to McDaniels. And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. And here's Edwards outside. The triple hits for Edwards.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Williams passes to Dort. Back to Williams. Hartenstein finds Williams. Just 5 to shoot. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Williams has got 9 points.
Man, he is stronger than he looks, trust me. I mean, Williams has the bulk to win those tough battles inside.
Randall a screen on Dort. Here's Edwards. Outside for Randall. For three, DiVincenzo. Hartenstein pulls it in. Thunder leading by 9. Holmgren, the pass to Dort. Randall against Hartenstein. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. Randall inside. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed. He's got 13.
Now Randall right now going to town on the defense and taking over this game.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren with a screen on McDaniels. Clock at 4. Holmgren with it. He's picked up by Edwards, and it's Holmgren missing. Timberwolves trail by 7. It's Edwards on the wing. Dort defending. Pass to McDaniels. Knocks down the triple.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here, guys. In good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander sends it home from three-point land. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points now in the quarter. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Ooh, poked away. Outside for Dort. Pass to Hartenstein. The three from Holmgren. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Randall. He knocks it on the
2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play. They're trying to see if he released the ball before the buzzer or not. And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the fourth. Who will carry the day? Thunder out in front, up by 5. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And it's been a and in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree with it, and he wants them to take another look at the monitor.
Alexander Walker taking 2
People were worried
The play will be reviewed under
But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hi, guys. Well, Mark Daigneault was just reviewing the plan with his team. He told his guys to stay after it, to not get complacent and lazy with this lead. He wants them to keep adding to it. We'll see if they're able to do it. Guys?
Appreciate the report, Allie. Good on both. Oklahoma City leading by 3. On the attack, Wiggins. Soft touch off the glass.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
Pass to Shannon. Now here's Clark. Let's go with a 3. Buries it from 3. Clark's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
Williams finds Caruso. Driving inside, and down it goes. Jam that one home.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, BA.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. And we played through about a minute here in the 4th. Back to Wiggins. Pass to Caruso. And the foul on Alex Caruso. That's his first foul.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Timberwolves trail by 4. There's a screen. Here's Alexander Walker. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Thunder.
You have to be a fan of the energy they played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
Something else that has stood out is their up-tempo offense. And these guys have been on the track all game long. They're creating high-percentage looks, getting out there on the fast break.
Caruso. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries.
Can't ask for a better look with the game in the balance.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Here's Garza. To the left side wing. Second chance shot. Outside Reed to tie it up. Caruso grabs the board.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
And the basket by Joe. And now it's a 5-point Thunder lead.
That is all timing right there. Just led him perfectly.
Pass to Garza. Outside, Alexander Walker. Launches a 3. And he can't get that one. Oklahoma City leading by 5. Wow, potent offense. It's been fun to watch.
Just aggressive and effective, taking it right to the defense.
Caruso outside. Pass to Wiggins. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
Looks like they're gaining some confidence here in crunch time.
And right now is when you have to lay it on the line. Between the two teams, they've clearly been the aggressor.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
So Oklahoma City ends up going with a new group. Dort outside. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. From outside the arc. They get it back. The kick out to Edwards. A deep 3. Oh, a deep 3 from Anthony Edwards.
Wow, Edwards almost makes it look effortless, like the whole team wasn't holding their breath right there.
And he'll call a foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
First personal foul. First 2 fouls.
Good on the first, and that puts him up 5.
For Oklahoma City, Williams.
So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
You can't afford to waste any chances at this stage of the game. That means you gotta hit your free throws.
Puts it up. McDaniels can't hit. And Williams has got the ball here for Oklahoma City. They've led by as much as 10. Dort's shot is good.
Unbelievable shooting down the stretch has them sitting pretty.
Out of bounds. Timberwolves ball as Minnesota keeps possession.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Here's DiVincenzo outside McDaniels. Here's Randall, and it's Randall with the jam.
Oh, that's nuts. Randall getting up there, turning a little bit, and putting on a bit of a show here.
Williams against Edwards. Hartenstein with a screen on McDaniels. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander gets the 3 ball to go.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Here's Edwards. Beyond the arc. He's got it. 6 of 10 now.
For 3.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Now Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good.
And they have to know that any hope of a comeback is gone.
Well, realistic at this stage of the game, they're going to lose this one, but will they take something from the loss?
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Gobert with a rebound. From behind the arc. Count it!
Anthony Edwards.
There's 6 seconds left in the 4th. Dort for 3. And so it's Oklahoma City winning this one. Boy, a hard-fought game. They did a great
among the best defensive squads in the NBA. This figures to be a low-scoring affair.
But it should be an entertaining one, Kevin. And if you're a fan of high-intensity, high-energy defense, there's a lot to love about this matchup.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Gobert is out there with Randall. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. Randall down low. Plays it up and banks it in.
And how about the touch there inside? And that's where Randall likes to get the ball, and you can see why.
Holiday with it. Down by Edwards. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Randall surveying the D. And then Randall slams it in.
You got to have guts and hops to pull off a dunk like that. Randall got a lot of ball.
McDaniels against Brown. Porzingis passes to Brown. 6 on the shot clock. Porzingis sets the pick for Brown. With 1 on the clock, Gobert with the block.
And when Gobert is playing with this kind of aggression on that end, there aren't many better at defending.
First quarter, just over a minute played.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
Now, here's Tatum. Following the miss by Julius Randle. And the dunk by Tatum.
Tatum good for at least one highlight finish a night. This guy is box office.
And Gobert kicks to Randle. Rebound, Boston.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. Personal foul. That's his first foul. Holiday against DiVincenzo. Outside Holiday. Over in the corner, Porzingis. It's stolen by Gobert.
Well, that's just a great feel for where the ball was going. He got himself in the right place and made the steal.
And the defense cannot underestimate Randall's strength. Pushes right through the contact and gets the shot.
And here's Porzingis for a 3. Anthony Edwards with the rebound. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, briefly spoke with Joe Mazzulla, and we talked about the bruising big man, Julius Randle. He told me Julius sets the tone for them with his physicality. So we have to try and match that. We can't let him bully his way into the lane and get to his spots. We have to make him uncomfortable. Kevin?
Thank you, David. It's Edwards on the wing. That's in, coming off an assist from Randle.
Well, I'd say any play with Edwards on the finishing end has a good chance of succeeding.
And denied, he sends it right off the glass. It's Randle with the drive. It's rebounded by Walsh. Walsh has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Sinks the triple.
And Porzingis will make you pay if you collapse off of him. That's just inviting trouble.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Some nice ball movement here by the Celtics. Here's Brown. Buries it down low.
Agile and athletic. Brown is able to just overcome that interior defense.
Randle down low. He's covered by Brown. Pass to DiVincenzo. It's Edwards on the wing. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Celtics trail by 4. Tatum wide open. He fires one. Offline with his 3. 50 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And here's Edwards from the arc. That shot misses.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Walsh can't get it to go.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
And that's a foul called on Porzingis.
Personal foul.
That's his first foul.
And team foul.
27 seconds left in the first. Randall down low. He's got 8. Second chance shot. Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Timberwolves lead by 4. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Well, their defense has been really impressive, especially the number of blocks they've managed to get. It's not easy to keep denying guys at the rim.
And they're making their own luck with how hard they're playing, forcing turnovers and turning that into offense.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. We've got Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Clark is out there with Naz Reid. And it's Shannon in at the 2.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
And White kicks to Horford. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving.
Shannon passes to Garza. A 3. Horford with the rebound. Celtics trail by 7. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Walker. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Hauser. Connects from 3-point range. Hauser's got himself on the board with 3 there.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
A shot by Alexander-Walker, no good. The Celtics have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Hauser the pass to Tillman. White up top. He's covered by Clark.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
There's the pass to Reid. Pulls up on the elbow. And Boston with the rebound.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And Coach Derek White spent his first 4.5 seasons with the Spurs and Coach Greg Popovich, who did a lot to boost his confidence.
Yeah, Kevin, White was a late first-round pick. He's a humble guy, very hardworking. I don't even think he realized he could be this good. Well, the defense just gave him that shot, and he wasn't able to convert. Very disappointing.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
Second team foul.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. White, wide open, he fires. A three-pointer is right on target. White's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Alexander Walker. It's blocked, picked off in midair. Pass to Garza. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball to the left wing.
2 minutes.
Here's Shannon, guarded by Horford. Shot clock at 5. Reid the pass to Shannon. Reid with a screen on Horford. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. They'll head to the line for 3 free throws. That one on Horford. Minnesota shooting their first free throws of this one.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
And he nails the third. And the league giving a bit more leeway, GA, to defenders. As a hard-nosed defender yourself, I'm sure you like that change.
Oh, I do. I mean, we all love the intensity of playoff basketball. So why not bring a certain level of physicality to the regular season?
Garza gets the bucket.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And White kicks to Horford. And it's in there.
And folks, this is Horford in his zone. It wasn't going to let that opportunity slip away.
Drives to the hoop. Here's Alexander Walker. Fires the 3. They get it back. Garza. Jacks up a 3. Al Horford with the rebound. Celtics trail by 3. Here's the teardrop. Back to White. Stolen. Alexander Walker with the ball. He has 5. And they'll get another chance. Here's Garza. And it's White with the rebound.
They'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option.
Now, here's Craig. He's guarded closely. Horford finds White. Shot clock at 6. Back to Horford. A 3 ball. No good on the shot. It'll count. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Timberwolves ahead. They lead by 3. They'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the 3rd quarter. And as we get into this 3rd quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Nice game. Great performance by Julius Randle.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
The post pair. Tatum and Porzingis. Holiday out there with Brown, and it's Walsh, and at the 3, the small forward. That's the Boston 5. You know, Coach, what more can you ask? The reigning 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert.
Well, Kevin, since you asked, his impact in the playoffs hasn't always been the same as during the regular season. That's got to be the next step.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know, it's become a 3-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down to just 3 in the basket from Tatum.
The pick and roll disrupts the defense and gets Tatum loose there to get that one off.
Here's Randall. It's deflected, and he recovers it. The Celtics have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Here's Tatum. Tatum with the finish and a beautiful break.
How about the speed with which Tatum gets down the court? Awesome at reading the defense and then exploiting the opportunity in the open floor.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Holiday, the pass to Porzingis. Brown with it. Back to Porzingis. Celtics passing it around. To the inside. Shakes him. Pass to Tatum. And it's Boston with another.
This is how refined Tatum's motion is. He needs so little setup time.
Edwards dishes to Gobert. Back to Edwards. Here's McDaniels. Gobert with it. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And the Timberwolves lead by 3.
And this is where you want Gobert to have the ball.
Tatum passes to Porzingis. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
Jump ball.
Edwards inside. Tatum on him. Here's Randall. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Stan, isn't it terrific? We're seeing these great stars in the NBA extending their careers more than ever before.
We certainly are, Kevin, and it's great for the league. The league keeps getting younger, though. These guys come into the league earlier. But I think what players have learned, it's not even just the basketball part. It's the strength and conditioning. It's the nutrition. They've taken care of themselves better, and that allows them to last longer.
Porzingis with a screen on McDaniel. Tatum. Shot clock at 4. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And talk about persistence. Porzingis just being a bully on the offensive glass and punishing the opposition.
Now here's Randall. He's got 14. Pass to DiVincenzo. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Randall is doubled.
Celtics foul.
The Timberwolves have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them. And he knocks down the first one. Stan, you talk about a stacked roster. It's hard to find many weaknesses for the Celtics.
Yeah, Kevin, there's a reason the Executive of the Year award went to Boston's front office last season. The Celtics are built right, and they're built to last.
So Boston ends up going with a new group.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
The Timberwolves making a change here. Ours is checked in. Minnesota leading by 5. And Reed throws it down.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Now here's White. 6 points for him. Outside, Horford. And a miss there on the triple. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Reed against Horford. Takes it inside. And Reed throws it down.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. And the Timberwolves with possession here, following the three-pointer by Boston. And the shot goes in. Reed's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, that's what you're looking for. Shots from point-blank range.
White kicks to Horford. Horford sets a screen for White. Here's the 3. That one doesn't drop. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves in the driver's seat, up 8. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Clark is out there with Reed. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Garza in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here is Horford. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Pass to Shannon. Timberwolves passing it around. Here's Garza. A three-pointer, no good. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They trail by 11.
And what's new? I mean, Horford in perfect position to finish that play. Understands exactly where he needs to be.
Here's Garza. Here's Reed. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Horford from outside. Horford missing again.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. You know, somebody want to tell me he's up off the threes.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. Now here's Randall. And Randall throws it down.
Not enough defense there. Allowing Randall to get that close is a recipe for disaster.
Tatum dishes to Brown. Porzingis sets the pick for Brown. Out to Porzingis. This one for three. Shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got his fourth assist in this one.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Randall with the nice move. Randall's got 10 points in just the second half.
And if I'm his coach, I'm very pleased with this kind of energy on the offensive glass. Textbook play.
A three from Porzingis. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Back to Holiday. The kick out to Tatum. It's stolen by Gobert. Edwards flies in to cap off the break. What hustle!
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense. Toe. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now.
Personal foul. First team foul.
This is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Edwards, no good.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Here's Tatum. Pass to Walsh. It's stolen by Edwards. Here we go, one-on-one.
Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg. Believe me.
My
But confidence to attempt that alley-oop to himself. Porzingis finds Tatum. Three-pointer. Minnesota with the rebound. They've led by as many as 11 points. Edwards in the air and down hard. Woo!
Oh, stop.
And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first. And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Timberwolves.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category. And they continually put pressure on the defense.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats, just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Julius Randle.
Yeah, you know, he was a man on a mission in this one. The defense had absolutely no answers for him tonight.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
It doesn't go for him. So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. This was a thank you for that, David. And that'll do it, folks.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake.
Williams in at small forward. And for Boston, Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. Jaylen Brown is out there with Drew Holiday. And it's Walsh in at the 3. Well, it's fair to say we can expect a bruising battle between these two, Grant.
Yeah, these are two teams that dare you to bring the ball at them. They both feast on the defensive side, so don't expect any scoring records broken in this one.
Easy money for Kristaps Porzingis. That's 7-3 we're talking about.
The kick out to Williams. Pass to Hartenstein. 5 to shoot. Fires for 3. Rebound Boston. Holiday taking his time here. Here's Walsh. And the shot is good on the assist by Holiday.
And put it on a platter. Holiday serving it up for his teammate.
Williams from long range. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Fires from deep. Hartenstein, no good.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Drops in the 3.
Now, the very definition of a stretch big, right? Chet Holmgren comes in with the reputation as a spacer.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. We're talking about Chet Holmgren, the versatility of both ends. And Coach pointed out one thing in particular, saying that Chet has the ability to create for himself. He's a tremendous ball handler for his size. He has great footwork, and he stays on balance. He knows it's going to take a team effort defensively.
And Allie, thanks. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. And the basket is good. He got it to go, and he took the bump. So a free throw coming up, an opportunity at a three-point play. And you look at Jaylen Brown, Graham. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
Now here's Brown. Offensive rebound. Tries yet again. They kick it out to Porzingis. And that'll be Boston's ball as it goes out of bounds. Celtics able to keep possession here. And stolen by Williams. And out of bounds. Boston will have it. Celtics lead by 4. Knocked away. Here's Holiday.
I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe settling a score with his coach?
Well, that is inexcusable. That kind of shot selection won't do them any good.
The Celtics have gone 4 of 8 and looking in control. Hits the trifecta.
With balance and good rhythm, Holiday serves as an effective catch-and-shoot player.
The 3 from Holmgren. Drains the triple. Holmgren's got 6.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Here's Walsh. Williams defending. Pass to Walsh. Shot clock at 5. Pulls it from the top of the key.
Wow, I mean, the 7'6" wingspan coming in handy. Holmgren loves swatting away shots just like this.
And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And Porzingis with the block.
A swat by Porzingis, that wingspan, letting you know he's in the house.
Here's Walsh. Outside Holiday. Throws it up high.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass. Dort for 3. They grab their own miss. Lays out. Brown passes to Porzingis. Throw it down on the lob.
At that size, Porzingis doesn't have to travel far to get above the cup. That is a nice finish.
And another miss by Oklahoma City. Boston leading by 8. Oh, it's blocked by Williams. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Dort to pass to Hartenstein. And stolen by Porzingis. Tipped away. And stolen by Williams. The 3 from Holmgren. And it falls for him. He's hit 3 of his first 4 attempts.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
Tatum from long range. It's not going to go for him. And stolen by Holiday. The scoring is fast and furious as we end the first. Boston out in front. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And for the Celtics here, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Give it up for their D. They're battling, communicating, and coming up with key stops.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
Pritchard and White at the 1 and the 2. Al Horford out there with Torrey Craig. And it's Hauser in at the 3. That's the Boston 5. Pritchard gets it to go.
You know, he could have looked to score that himself, but in this particular instance, the advantage is playing inside out.
Caruso outside. The 3 ball. It's hauled in by White. Celtics lead by 4. This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
Here's Williams. After the basket by Boston.
Celtics foul. Peyton Pritchard. First personal foul. First team foul.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute of play.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Screen by Horford. Back to Pritchard. Caruso grabs the board.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Williams from long range. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall. The Celtics with the lead. Pritchard, the pass to Craig. White for 3. 3-pointer goes up. 3-pointer goes down for White.
You have to have a quick release in the catch-and-shoot game. Otherwise, you allow the defender to catch up. Derek White's like, no, sir, I'm putting this one home.
Horford with a steal. Fast break. Here come the Celtics. The kick out to White. Horford against Williams. Fades and shoots. And there's Horford on the assist by White. Horford's got his first basket. All right, a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Celtics.
Well, their hands resulting in plenty of steals in the early going, keeping the opposition there off balance.
I think the other thing they're doing is they're wearing out the opponent in transition, exploding up the floor for easy chances.
Now here's White. 5 points in the game. The 3 is up. Williams grabs the board.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Caruso outside. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by White.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
From deep. Oh, wow. Drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in. So he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Exactly what good offensive players do. Lean into that defender. Level of physicality puts you at the free throw line.
And every team is looking for length on their roster.
Yeah, the reason, BA, is because of the quality and skill of shooting. Guys are coming across half court, and they can shoot the basketball at 35 feet. The reason you need length is there's more area to cover. Increasingly, Brian, it's getting harder and harder to play as an undersized guard in this league.
Here's Hauser, and lead by 11, largest margin of the game.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, Chet Holmgren said, quote, it's exciting to have this sort of success early on because it's just rare for young teams. But at the same time, we cannot let it distract us from how much better we have to get. Hopefully, we have a long runway together to figure things out. Brian?
A chance for great things, Allie. Thanks for that. Now here's White. Give him 8. The 3 is up. Boston again missing. Thunder trail by 11. Here's Wallace. Counted from distance. Wallace has got his first 3 points of the game.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
A minute 4 left in the first half. The Thunder have gotten only 3 of 9 attempts to fall in the second. From the arc. And again, Oklahoma City with a triple.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
Here's Pritchard. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Pritchard's got 5 points now in the quarter. The Thunder have gone 4 of 10 from the field in the second. Wiggins for 3. Boston pulls it in. They've led by as many as 11. Pritchard, the pass to White. And the 3 off target. And Wiggins has got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Trailing by 8. There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Lets the 3 fly. Boston pulls it in. Hauser's got 4 rebounds now. It's picked off. And up the court come the Thunder on the break. And here's Caruso outside. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. Derek White getting it done for the Celtics. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot drums. They're measuring up the shot.
And if you're just joining in, 1 half is in the books. 1 half to go. Chet Holmgren with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Oh, he's been their defensive anchor so far. Stifling shots left and right.
If he is in the area, he's going to challenge your shot. He's going to block it, alter it. He's going to have an impact.
On the court for the Thunder. Some serious height in the middle. Holmes. Whoa! Brown with a huge slam.
We've got to get this guy in the dunk contest. Jaylen Brown taking flight with that insane athleticism.
And he's made a case for first-team all-defense. Doris, Jaylen Brown, a complete game.
Brian, what you love to see from a great player that's just entering their prime is the pride they take in being well-rounded. Do you want to absorb a big-time defensive assignment? Jaylen Brown wants to do exactly that.
Dort for 3. Connects from downtown.
Nice job by Lou Dort to make his way to the corner and then make the shot.
Holiday passes to Brown. And here's Porzingis. The fadeaway. Yep, that one goes. Porzingis has got 6. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Shea with a step. The kick out to Williams. Takes the 3. Porzingis grabs the board. Celtics lead by 6. Pass to Walsh. This one for 3. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 4 assists in the game.
Well, that's a case where your teammates are showing trust in you, and he comes through with flying colors.
First team foul.
Just over a minute and a half played in the third. Gilgeous-Alexander against Holiday. Williams' shot is good.
Well, you got to be able to shoot fast in the league. So it's nice to see Williams doesn't need a lot of setup time.
It's Brown on the wing. Back to Holiday. Out left to the wing. Here's Walsh. Blocked. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. He's covered by Holiday. Williams from long range. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got 5 rebounds in the game. Walsh can't get it to go. Thunder trail by 6. Dort, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Over to the left wing. The kick out to Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander up top. Clock at 6. The 3 is up. Oklahoma City the rebound.
He just keeps firing from distance. I know he's trying to heat up, but at what cost?
The ball's knocked loose. Dort with a steal. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein from deep. Holmgren. Bullseye! Chet hitting for 3.
And that bucket from beyond the arc puts them within reach. He's really been putting that shot to work.
Yeah, and if he can stay hot from out there, his three-point shot could be the tool they use to win this game.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Guarded now by Holiday. That ties the game. Williams has got 9.
A shot that Williams continues to work on. You love seeing these type of results.
Doris, not only is the Thunder roster full of young talent, they also have a ridiculous amount of draft capital.
BA, you've got to give a ton of credit to the front office. They've got multiple options going forward. Continue to draft and develop their talent, or perhaps use those picks to trade for a superstar you believe fits.
And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. Boston shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. Got a line change here for Boston. Boston has gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the 3rd. Here's Pritchard. Nails it from 3. Give him 8.
Well, the defense has to stay attached to him on the perimeter.
Caruso, the pass to Joe. Back to Caruso. Williams on the wing. Wiggins outside. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. White on the wing. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's on Cason Wallace.
I think the thing that's most striking about Derek White, guys, he's capable of affecting games in so many ways. Yes, he can score it. Excellent passer and a very versatile cross-positional defender. A guy who can contribute to a good team.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
White with the steal. Pass to Hauser. Back to White. The 3 from Craig. And that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. And as we finish the 3rd quarter, it's still... And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
We've reached the 4th quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Pritchard and White at the 1 and the 2. Torrey Craig out there with Al Horford. And it's Hauser in at the 3, the small forward. That's the Boston 5. Here's Pritchard over Williams. No good, off the front rim.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
Now here's Joe. Pass to Wallace to take the lead. Here's Caruso, outside Joe. The kick out to Wiggins. 5 on the clock. Joe on the wing. 4-3. Boston with a rebound. Horford's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pritchard, the pass to Craig. Good on the shot. Craig's got his first points in this one.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Wallace, left side. There's a screen by Wiggins. Caruso finds Wiggins. Shot from the wing. Horford pulls it in. Horford's got rebound number 7 tonight. White for 3. The Thunder pull it in.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Now here's Wiggins. Here's Wallace. On target from range.
And defensively, how do you leave him that open in crunch time?
And White has got the ball here for the Celtics. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Inside, White gets it to go.
Soft touch by Derek White. The floater, not an easy shot, but he puts that one on target.
Wiggins for 3. Pure from 3-point range. And it's a tie ball game.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, go to your most trusted guys.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
The Thunder making a switch here. Chet Holmgren, he's checked in for Williams. Williams comes in for Caruso. Dort, he's checked in for Wallace. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Joe. Williams from long range.
He continues to let it fly, but the makes have been few and far between.
And here's Brown for 3. Downtown, Jaylen Brown.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Wiggins. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back.
There is no moment too big, no pressure too heavy for Mr. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The delivery is on time. Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
To take the lead. Boston pulls it in. They've led by as many as 11. Now the Celtics on the move. And here's Brown for 3. Sinks the tray.
You can tell Jaylen Brown embraces these kinds of moments. Big-time bucket.
Pass to Dort. Fires from deep. Back to Wiggins. Shot clock at 6. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Guarded now by Holiday. Wiggins from long range. Williams passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Now here's Holmgren. There's the 3. He connects! Oh, a tremendous 3! We're tied!
And talk about stepping up in a big way.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams up top. Born outside. Pass to Holmgren. Dort against Brown. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. So it's Boston now. Outside Porzingis. Back to Holiday. Outside Tatum. White, the pass to Tatum. Found it! And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. What's the best strategy for him?
They're in a tough spot. Barely enough time to run the catch and shoot.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, that shot had a chance, but the Allie, thank you as always.